Alright, this video is for Ephraim. So you sent me your brushless whoop and you wanted a new camera and VTX. Well, I don't even remember if you wanted a VTX. I couldn't remember because when I got the quad it had a VTX on it, but actually it didn't look like a very great one. And I had this other one on the way that I was really wanting to put on something. This looks like somebody took like a VM275T or something and split it in half. It's so crazy when people do this because this VTX is just like the tiniest VTX you'll ever see. Damn, they super glued it too. Or something, I don't know what. Oh, it's hot glue, I think. Yeah. That thing's just so tiny though. I mean, look at that. Let me see if it says anything on it. Yeah, it looks like a VM275T. Or CM. VM or CM. This mount really sucks too. I mean, I guess it works with, because you have that canopy. With this canopy on there, I guess it kind of holds it in place, but yeah, this thing, somebody printed it with TPU, and you definitely don't want to be using TPU on a mount like this, because then, you know, it just makes the camera flop around. But anyway, yeah, that would have did the job, I guess, but you said it sucked, so I'm sure it did. And you also wanted HD, so we went with the Cyclops 3. So here it is. I got it on this other mount that I have, and I have a mountain of these mounts. Let me show you real quick. So I got a bag full of these things, but they're all like, they all need to be cleaned up. You know, they have all the support stuff all over it. So I cleaned up a few of them for you. So if you ever break yours, you know, you got a few to replace it with. You also wanted your motors extended, so you can see down there I extended the wires. That was a pain in the ass. Not really a lot to show on this video, just because I'm not gonna fly it, because it's already flying perfect how it is. And so I don't want to mess with that, and I don't want to mess with your bind either. You already have it bound up to your radio, so if you say it's flying good, you know, there's no reason for me to bind it up to my radio at all. So I put the VTX 03S on here. This is my first time dealing with this. And this flight controller, I didn't know what it was at first. I had to do a little bit of research, and I found out what it was. It's like one of the only 16x16 flight controllers that doesn't have OSD on it. This one right here. 13 bucks. 16x16 with no OSD. The only other one I've ever seen before like that is that Race Whoop from Furious. They used to be all the craze back in the day. Wasn't even that long ago, but yeah. I'm surprised that they haven't came out with a Race Whoop V2, because that thing, it was a sweet little flight controller, but then everybody started wanting OSD, you know, and then that thing just kind of faded into the background, and, you know, the Super S came out. That's pretty much the main one that everybody uses is the Super S, the F3 and the F4 version. The F3 version has a spare UART pads on the flight controller. The F4 does not. And I thought that was kind of crazy, but I guess maybe the F4 chip is a little bit bigger, so, you know, there's less space on the board and whatnot. But this one also has a spare UART, so I was able to hook up the smart audio. So the VTX 03S has smart audio. So that's the newest VTX from Eachine VTX 03S. So it's the exact same as the VTX 03, just with smart audio. So now you will have your HD footage and 200 milliwatt VTX, so that's pretty cool. And I did hook up the smart audio, but then I realized there's no OSD. So I'm thinking here, is the menu gonna pop up with no OSD? No, it won't. So I guess the good thing is that these VTXs are like bulletproof. They last forever. So you're definitely gonna end up putting this on some other quad, I'm sure. So when you do, you'll have that green wire there for smart audio on the next quad it goes on. I tried to get the angle that you wanted. You said you wanted a 20-degree angle, so that's pretty close to 20. Might be a touch over, I don't know. And then I glued it in place, so, but I only used a little teeny tiny drop of glue, so it's solid in there, but you can pop it out if you ever wanted to. And maybe in a super hard crash it could possibly pop out. I don't know. I doubt it, but you'd probably break the duct before the camera popped out. And I also don't want to show you the footage right now. I mean, all I have is my goggles to show it in anyway, which you can barely even see. And the other thing is I just got done conformal coating the entire thing, so I don't want to plug it in while it's possibly still wet. So yeah, it's good to go. It's probably going to weigh a little bit more, but this is a 2S, so you know, it's definitely going to handle the weight. I mean, the last HD one that I did was a 7mm brushed, so I'm sure this is definitely going to have more power than that. Alright, so I'm going to be shipping it out today. I'll try to catch the mailman. It's already noon. It's going to be here probably in a couple hours, so. And I'll send you over some tracking. Alright, thanks, man.